Hey everybody, welcome to Dude with a Fork. My name is Ken. On today's episode of Ken Cooks Stuff, I have a great value stacked beef burrito. I bought this a couple of weeks ago and I'm like, ooh, I gotta keep this for when it's a weekend and I feel like like restaurant style food, but I don't go to restaurants anymore, and but I don't feel like cooking. And so what this is, it says seasoned beef, rice, salsa, and refried beans layered between corn tortillas and topped with cheese. And I thought, ooh, that sounds good. And it looks good. And I know it's not going to look like this coming out of the package. I forget how much this was. It was either $2.69 or $3.69. I'll look up the receipt and I'll put the price down in the show notes. But the serving size is one container, which is 340 grams. So what is that? Over half a pound. Oh yeah, 12 ounces. 530 calories, 19 grams of total fat, 8 grams of saturated fat, 50 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,090 milligrams of sodium, 69 grams of carbohydrates. It does have 9 grams of fiber though, but that's from the corn tortillas and the refried beans. Total sugars, 3 grams, 22 grams of protein. So in some ways, when you look at like fiber and protein, it's a really good deal. And when you look at fat and especially sodium, it's not. But anyway, so I'm gonna heat this up in the microwave. It says remove tray from outer carton. So best if used by 6/20/2025. So it has a long shelf life if you have a decent freezer. I do not. So there might be a little bit of ice buildup on this. So, oh, okay. So it doesn't look exact. Well, yeah, it kind of does. So there's a tortilla here, and then there's a tortilla here. So this is what we get. So it says remove tray from outer carton. Done. Cut 2-inch slit in filmed event. Cook on high for 5 to 6 minutes with film on. Rotating tray during process. Firmly holding tray. Carefully remove from microwave using pot holders. Remove film and let stand 1 minute before serving. Since microwave ovens vary in power. Blah blah blah. Yes, and it says that the paper box is recyclable, and this tray, once we get rid of this plastic film and rinse it out, is also recyclable, which is cool. So big long list of ingredients here. I will put a snip of that up on the on my website when I review this. I don't see anything in here that really strikes me as terrible. It's just you got a lot of different things going on here. So you got a lot of different things going on here. Some of these great value products really do not have a lot in the way of preservatives, so it's kind of amazing. So I'm going to be back in about 10 minutes with this, and we'll see what we're looking at. So see you then. All right, so I wanted to show you what this looks like in the tray. It does not look a lot like this. Nope. So I'm going to go off camera and try to get this out and onto the plate so we can get a better look at it. But I'm going to go do it in the kitchen so I don't spill all over my tablecloth, because that's exactly what I'll do. So back in a little bit. All right, well, I was able to get it out. And you can see from over here, this is the end I put the spatula under, and a few of these little bits stayed in the tray. And so I ate them right out of the tray. And I must say they were absolutely delicious. They do not look anything at all like this, though. And I'm worried some of these tortilla bits over here might be a little tough. But I'm not seeing any rice. And supposedly there is rice on the bottom. We have seasoned beef, rice, salsa, and refried beans. So I'm trying to see. There is a small amount of rice there. And then this apparently is the layer with the meat and refried beans. So, and then salsa and cheese on top. So I'm going to go into the thickest part of this here and just cut out a piece. We'll come back to these little bits here later. It's a little on the dry side. I cooked it for 5.5 minutes, and I'm starting to think I may have cooked it for 30 seconds too long. But it does say on here, get it up to 165, and I tempt it, and it was not at 165. So now these tortillas I was able to cut with a fork, so they don't seem too tough. So let's try that. Yeah, they're too tough. Yeah, those corners there that are sticking up, that's not good. Yeah, but it was only a little tiny bit. I've got to admit, I'm kind of amazed that for something with this much sodium in it, it doesn't taste salty. It has a good flavor to it. It's kind of amazing. There's not. It doesn't. It just does not look as hearty as this. This seems like a lot of food. This does not seem like a lot of food. It's good though. I mean, I think I paid $2.69 for it. It may have been $3.69. Now this meat looks over here looks a little dry, and keep in mind that this had a plastic film on top the whole time. Yeah, see that bit of tortilla there is tough, but it's not the most appetizing looking thing. But it tastes delicious. Who am I kidding? This tastes really good. For the $3 or whatever that I paid for it, the tortilla that stuck out, okay, so there was one piece earlier, so we'll cut this off. And you can kind of tell the minute you get a fork into it. And then there's these two pieces over here. They're kind of inedible, you know. So you got that much there that's not really edible, unless you like really. It's not crunchy. It's not crunchy like a tortilla chip. It's just hard. Because that's what happens when you microwave tortillas, and they're not covered in anything. So, but if I were working, it's a mess. It's an absolute mess. But if I were working someplace that had a cafeteria, and they sold me this for $3, I'm going to be upset. It's an absolute mess. Does not look like that. But yeah, I think I can do better though. So, the rice is nice. There's just not a lot of anything here, and that's just what amazes me. For that much sodium, my God, it's 12 ounces. It's 3/4 of a pound. It just doesn't seem like that much food. But I can't stop eating it. It's not bad. I have paid far more in restaurants for things that tasted far worse. So I'm not disappointed. But I think I can do better. I think I can do better than this. So I'm gonna see what I can do. So I'll come back when I've got my solution to this. Yeah, this is good. This is good. Try it. See what you think. You might be disappointed. I wasn't. So anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.
And that's it, folks. As always, thank you so much for watching. Links to free printable copies of any recipes here are down below in the show notes. Please like, comment, or if you'd like to see more of this kind of material, subscribe. As always, please stay safe, eat great food, and power to the proletariat. We'll see you next time.